Vault 2021 film. The Vault, titled Way Down in Various Regions, is a 2021 Spanish action thriller film directed by Jaume Balagueró. The film stars Freddie Highmore, Àstrid Bergès-Frisbey, Sam Riley, Liam Cunningham, Louis Tosar, Axel Stein, José Coronado, and Famke Janssen. The story bears a passing resemblance to that of the Black Swan Project. Plot: Jaume Highmore is a gifted engineering student at Cambridge University who is being courted by recruiters from several major oil companies, all promising him increasingly richer salaries and job perks if he agrees to work for them. Jaume dismisses the offers, later explaining to his oil executive father over dinner that he does not want the life a career in big oil would bring him. During this conversation, he receives an anonymous text message from somebody observing him in the restaurant who tells him to meet at a club. He goes to the location he is instructed and meets a woman named Àstrid Bergès-Frisbey, who then introduces him to Walter Cunningham, who runs a salvaging company that had recovered a large treasure known as the Treasure of Guadalupe, but it was seized by the Spanish government because Walter's company was not legally salvaging the site. Walter has put together a team consisting members with various skill sets, including Lorraine, a con artist, Simon Tosar, a logistics expert, Klaus Stein, a computer hacker, and James Riley, Walter's longtime treasure hunting partner. Walter needs Jaume's engineering genius to help them breach the vault that holds the confiscated treasure inside the Bank of Spain. Jaume agrees to help and joins them in Madrid during the 2010 World Cup as Spain is contending for the championship title. Using the crowd noise from the many fans gathered in the city to watch the matches as cover, they scout the bank and determine that the vault sits on a giant scale underneath a large water reservoir. If the weight on the scale fluctuates in the slightest, the vault floods, drowning any intruders who might be inside. Needing to find a solution before the finals, after which the crowd will disperse, Jaume soon determines that they can defeat the scale by freezing it with 500 liters of nitrogen, slowing the mechanics of the scale long enough that it would not register their presence and trigger a flood while they retrieve the treasure. They move forward with their plan, with Simon successfully freezing the scale beneath the floor of the vault while Jaume, Lorraine, and James perilously make their way inside. Jaume's plan has worked, but the scale begins thawing much quicker than expected, so the trio rush to find the item in the containers they are looking for, a collection of 3 coins from Sir Francis Drake that describe where to find his massive treasure hoard. As they locate the coins, Gustavo Coronado, the head of bank security, has regained control of his systems after they were unknowingly penetrated by Klaus days earlier. Having learned in the days prior that the team had already infiltrated the bank to scout it, he dispatches a strike team to arrest the intruders. Believing they are compromised, Walter tells the trio to surrender to the team. James then pulls a gun on Jaume, refusing to surrender, and demands Jaume hand over the coins, revealing that he's working for the British government. The vault locks down, trapping them inside. However, James' diving experience affords him the ability to swim to safety, and he abandons the other 2. Running out of time, Jaume suspects that the key to stopping the flow of water into the vault is tricking the scale by adding more weight and making it think the vault is full of water. He instructs Simon to stack the empty nitrogen canisters onto the scale for additional weight, but it is not enough to halt the flow of water. The team loses contact with Jaume and Lorraine, believing they have drowned, until as a last resort Simon himself climbs onto the scale with a radio broadcasting the World Cup commentary, with the last bit of weight ceasing the water flow. The vault begins to drain, and Jaume and Lorraine are able to evade the bank security and escape to the square where the fans watch Spain defeat the Netherlands for their first World Cup title. At the British Embassy, James has reported to Margaret Janssen, an associate of both his and Walter's, and delivers the coins only to find out that the coins are fakes and that Walter is still in possession of the originals. As the team relaxes in St. Tropez, Walter discusses what their next task will be, which begins 2 years later as the 2012 Olympics begin in London. Cast. Release The Vault was released theatrically on January 15, 2021 in Brazil and Taiwan, and in March in the US on July 31. It was made available on Netflix, on Amazon Prime Video in the UK. The film was theatrically released in Spain on November 12, 2021. Box office. It opened with €0.2 million on its first weekend in Spain, becoming the best Spanish box office debut so far in the year in that regard. The film grossed $7.08 million worldwide, $5.07 million in Spain. Reception. On the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes, 54% of 24 reviews are positive, with an average rating of 5.8/10. The website's critics' consensus reads, "Its runtime passes painlessly enough, but the Vault's slickly engineered thrills are dulled by familiarity."